In 2015, I realized that I had been making a lot of films that had to do with periods in history that are distant or geographies that are distant. But most of the films had this distance between the here and the now and the time of the film or the place of the film. And I wanted to change that. I was interested in working in somewhere near where I live and in the present time. And that was the impulse or the first motivation to prepare a project in a school, which is near my house. The project was initiated by the school itself, which invited an artist to come and do a project in the context of the building of this school. In France, when we build a new public building, there's an artist is usually commissioned to do a work, and here the work was this film. The premise of the film was that I would ask volunteers from the first class to enter this school. It's a middle school, so students are 11 when they arrive. I would ask for volunteers to work together with me and to make a film over the course of the 4 years of their education in this school. This is how the project started. The first rule we had to work together was to not plan anything, to not have too many expectations for what it is that we were going to do. And so generally we simply decided on a very simple system, a regular appointment, if you will. I would come to the school sometimes with a crew, with a film crew, sometimes by myself, every 2 or 3 weeks over the course of 4 years. And there were 20 students who would join me, and we would either have an open-ended discussion or imagine together some kind of game or some kind of exercise that we would put in place that day. And the film was really born out of these unplanned moments together, which would generate discussions, and then that discussion might bring us into a place where we would start filming something. So the one essential rule was that I was not there to teach anything. I was there to work together with students and together come up with ideas to make the film. I didn't learn how to make films in school, and I wanted to make a film with students who were also not learning from a school. The film had to be the result of our collective improvisation. So we have 2 students today in Pamplona. We have Rabiatou and Aïssé. At each festival, we've tried to travel with some of the students in the project. Sometimes the students come to the festivals without me. I think each screening has been a chance to have a completely different discussion in a different context. I think it's possible that the students didn't expect, and I didn't necessarily expect that what started as this very small experiment would become a film that would have a chance to travel to different places. So that's been quite a surprise, and it's been very pleasant. And the students, you'll have to ask them how they feel about being here.
Moi, je suis contente parce que ils nous ont dit comme quoi notre film il allait passer partout, mais moi j'y croyais pas. Mais maintenant je sais que c'est vraiment passé partout, même à Tokyo. Moi je suis choquée. Je suis contente.
Moi je suis contente en même temps stressée un peu parce que c'est la première fois que je vais voir un peu les réactions du public hors de la France, parce que moi je suis juste on est juste allé voir notre film 2 fois à peu près, et ça fait du bien en fait de voir les réactions de personnes d'autres pays en fait, et du coup je suis stressée un peu.
Je pensais que ça serait un vrai film comme les films dramatiques que vous connaissez avec des épisodes, des trucs comme ça. Je pensais que c'était ça, mais c'est pas pareil. Mais je suis contente parce que ça s'est bien terminé aussi. Donc voilà.
Moi, j'avais pas du tout imaginé le film comme ça. Quand j'ai vu le film la première fois, je me suis dit, ah ouais, quand même. Ah non, c'est même pas ça en fait. Et en fait, je suis contente du résultat. Non, franchement, je suis contente.
Le c'est comme, ça parle de vie de quelqu'un, c'est comme une légende. Ça peut être des histoires inventées. Par exemple, on dit il y a un homme qui a vécu 2000 siècles, il était plus riche que tout le monde, il a laissé sa richesse et ainsi de suite, et il y a eu des combats. Ça pourrait faire un film.
When I started thinking about what it would mean to make a film about the here and the now, school imposed itself, because school is the place where our societies fabricate the next generation of its citizens. The school is like a factory to fabricate the citizens of a country. So it's of course a place where ideology, power structures of the broader context are very visible. When I was thinking about what film to make, I spoke with some friends who are teachers, and they encouraged me to work with middle school students because before the middle school, the students might be a little too young to be able to imagine working together towards a cinematic form, whereas in high school, their ideas start to be more determined and more fixed, whereas middle school is a time when everything is possible. Middle school is a time of enormous transition. And so it felt like if we could take this time to make this film during these 4 years of transition for the students, the film itself would reflect this moment of change. It's not a film about school in the sense that the film doesn't necessarily look at school as a structure or look at public education as a policy. The film, I think, reflects what happens inside of the school if you just open up spaces of conversation for the students. So it's a reflection of society at large, at what was happening in France during these 4 years when we were working together, not specifically how school functions itself, because very quickly in the process we stopped filming the school itself, the teachers, the administration, and started focusing only on what was happening with the students and by the students.
Me gusta mucho participar en este proyecto porque conocí a Eric y su equipo que hicieron un trabajo perfecto. Luego descubrí aspectos del cine que no conocí y quiero decir muchas gracias a mis compañeros, Eric, su equipo, Hélène, Alexandra, que con los que todos esto habría pasado.